Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, there's a bunch more packages under the tree. Dodongo dislikes smoke, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society dislikes smoke with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I'm joined, as I'm always joined, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. Mark, how's it going?
It's going great. I liked this cold open line that we used
Me
for
too.
the Dodongo dislikes smoke. Because
Yes.
I'm imagining a parallel universe where Nintendo was like loaning out Dodongo to the Ad Council of America to make anti-smoking campaign.
Yeah,
ads.
they should have done that. That like Dodongo dislikes smoke, or dislikes smoke.
Uh-huh.
So
It's like Link and Zelda at a restaurant just like smoking up
yeah, I
chimney.
like that.
And Dodongo's like, cough, cough.
Right, or he's like leaving the restaurant.
Right, yeah,
Right.
that's right. Yeah.
Because this would have been back in the day when there would have been a smoking section, and
That's-
Dodongo would have had to put up with that smoking happening in the restaurant he was trying to eat in.
Uh-huh.
Can you believe that was like a part of like our lives?
Were people really allowed to smoke on airplanes? Like, do you remember?
I don't think I ever experienced.
Do you remember
that,
in the first Mission Impossible movie, John Voight at the beginning, he like listens to the tape,
Yeah.
and then he lights a cigarette, and the tape self-destructs, and the smoke comes out, and so he blows smoke out to like disguise it from the tape exploding, and that's crazy to me that you could ever say, but you must have.
Yeah,
I guess.
Well, I mean, you certainly could at some point. I would not have guessed it would be as late as Mission Impossible time.
Right.
But I guess I do remember flying and there being like the ashtrays in the armrests of the seat. Like that's a visceral sense memory.
I remember that too because it was stuffed with gum and like
yeah,
gum
usually,
wrappers.
Yeah, gum wrappers for sure. Because people used to chew gum a lot on planes, so their ears would pop.
Right.
Do you do that?
I don't chew gum so my ears will pop, but when I was a kid, my parents would definitely give it to me on planes because you're less likely to
You don't
use
have the
other
control
methods.
over your body to just do it on your own. I would like to know if that is something that people do to this day, because I've not heard about it in a long time. Like chewing gum to pop your ears.
I would guess that the answer is yes.
But I would guess that too, but I don't want to assume that my experience as a child is the experience that children are having now.
Right.
I'm asking the audience.
Well, and I
Mark.
think adults do it today too.
Adults too.
Yeah.
Okay. Just that they don't have the
That's
same
my guess.
control over their.
No, I mean
ears.
sometimes you just can't get it to, you're like moving your jaw back and forth or rubbing, like behind your ears, and you're trying to get the air to escape, but you can't do it. So sometimes you just need a little bit of gum.
I've never rubbed the
Maybe-
physically rubbed my your face.
Yeah, when I was learning how to scuba dive, they teach you that's one way to, because as you're going down, the pressure changes,
Right.
and one way to do it is to rub that area kind of like right below your ears.
Well, if you would like to hear how to rub your area right below your ears, you can head on over to patreon.com/Nintendo Cartridge Society, where we do not talk about that at all, but you can support us on Patreon. And if you are at the 8 or the 16-bit levels, you get access to our once-a-month episodes of miniseries. We have finished them for the year. The final episode for the year, an episode of NCS Detective Club about the TV show Monk. An episode called Monk and the Secret Santa is out now. Previously, we'd done NCS Arcade, where we talked about games that we hadn't beaten before, including Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. There's a bunch of stuff there. You should check it all out.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone can follow us on Patreon, whether you are a supporter or not. You can follow us for free there, as Patrick coined it last week. You can become a free folk.
You can become one of the free folk.
And if you follow us for free there, or you support us at any level, everybody gets access to our listener feedback episodes where we read listener emails about the game we just played. So in January, we're going to be recording an episode about Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and we would love your thoughts, opinions, questions about Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga or any of the Mario and Luigi series. Those episodes are always a lot of fun.
Yep. And then, of course, in the new year, we're going to be starting up Season 3 of NCS Arcade, which is, it's crazy to think that we're embarking on a third season of that already.
So lots going on in the Patreon, a lot to check out there. A lot of good stuff.
Yes, and if you're supporting us or not, you have stuff there. Also, if you would like to get in our Discord, you can. All you gotta do is email us at Nintendo Cartridge Society
At gmail.com.
and we will send you an invitation, and you can be in there and wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Mark, it is Christmas Eve as this episode comes out.
Yeah, we're trying to record this as fast as we can so that way we can go to sleep.
I can't wait to go to bed, and then it'll be morning, and Santa will have been here.
Yep.
And we're still a couple days before Hanukkah. Late Hanukkah this year.
Late Hanukkah this year.
So
happy Hanukkah.
Yep.
Happy, because we won't have an episode.
That's right.
Yeah,
This is the only episode that we're putting out this week. We will catch you again on New Year's Eve.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
We're doing the Cardies in the limo.
Yeah.
And we'll put out a Hanukkah episode,
I
a
like
Hanukkah
that.
special.
Right.
So we've done a couple of Christmas specials.
Do we do like 8 short episodes that come out once each day of Hanukkah?
Maybe
we do that.
Maybe we do that.
Okay. No more pitching concepts on Mike. I like it when people are a little surprised. All right, Mark, let's get into it. Let's do part 2 of our 12 Days of Christmas Nintendo style. Okay, so we did the first 6 days on our previous episode. If you've not listened to it, go back and check it out. Should we just recap what the things we decided on for the 12 days?
Oh, I did. Before we get into it, I did want to bring up: are we saying that this is the definitive Nintendo 12 Days of Christmas?
Yes, I think so. I think this is the definitive 12
I think
Days
so.
of
So
Christmas.
really, like, people could use this as a gift guide for Nintendo fans in their lives.
Absolutely, yes. And some of these things are like in-universe stuff, but if you can find a way to give your loved one one-ups, I recommend that you do it.
Yeah.
So should we just go from 1 up to 6, or should we recap by singing the 6th verse?
I think that we should save the singing.
Save the singing.
And so
Okay.
let's just go up 1 through 6.
Okay, so on the first
as
day,
least musically as possible.
as least musically on the first day of Christmas. So it's a DK arcade machine, substituting in for the Partridge in a Pear Tree.
And the second day of Christmas is 1-ups.
And the third is types of Pikmin.
The fourth day of Christmas is sound clock alarmos.
5 is 5 golden coins.
Plus 1. And then 6 is 6 birdos spitting.
Right, to sub in for the geese a-laying. I like that. I like the egg thing we did there. I think it's good. Which now leads us to the 7th day of Christmas, which traditionally, I gotta look it up.
Swans a swimming.
Swans a swimming.
I do think we have to acknowledge, apparently, this is not my experience, but apparently when we get into the thinging,
Yeah.
which there's a number of them that do this, they get mixed around in different versions.
Yes.
So you may have heard this as like 7, like Lords Leaping or something.
Right.
And you got 10 swans. But
Yes.
this is the order that we're going to be doing it in. I
Right.
think it's possible we have our
It
basing off
is
different
possible we
versions.
have a different order, but yes, so far we're going to we're going to do swans a swimming for this one. And yeah, not only do they get mixed up, but there are like just as we discussed last week, it's an old drinking song / memory game. So I think sometimes they would just like make up different ones, and then like everyone at the bar would have to remember what you sang last time and insert it there. Which means this is a memory game for us, Mark.
It is. Luckily, we write it down.
Yeah, well, that is true. And also, we're not drinking. But much like the sensation of drinking, we are accompanied by... Yeah, there we go.
The dulcet tones.
Sounding great. Labo piano.
Yes. In 2018, when the Labo kits were first released, we put together the Labo piano. Patrick, myself, Sarah, and friend of the show Richie Root.
Yep.
And it has persisted. And
I'm surprised it's still in one piece, and that the rubber bands are still holding.
It works.
It works. It still works. We are playing it in real time, live accompaniment from the Labo piano. All right, 7 swans a swimming.
7 swans.
Yep.
Swans a swimming.
Let me just say, even here in the back half of the gift giving, still with birds.
Oh, so many birds. Also, this one's a bit of a tongue twister. Swans a swimming.
Yes, I agree. Do you, I heard just then a very intentional swans a swimming.
To make it a little folksy? No, normally no. Normally it's swimming.
Swimming. Okay,
Yeah.
great. The cue that I took from this is that a swan is the most graceful of waterfowl. Would you not say?
Oh, I agree. Totally.
So I think this needs to be something graceful, or like something that embodies grace. So I have two pitches for this. And it's either so one, there's like variables too. We'll do the other one first. So 7 Samus Arans.
Oh, that's good.
Because she is graceful.
Uh-huh.
And like flipping around.
Yeah,
and, like,
absolutely.
Wearing a Varia suit, wearing a Zero suit, whatever.
Yeah, she does it all.
She does. Those two things at least. And then the other is Metroids something, right? So like 7 Metroids flying, Metroids gliding, Metroids sucking.
I do think, well, I don't
because the Metroids, as they fly around, very graceful.
Okay,
right?
I'm going to pitch something.
Yeah.
This is my gift to you.
Yes.
Is I'm going to pitch something that I was going to use later.
Mm.
But if you want to use Metroids, I think the alliteration is kind of important. So I think it's maybe Metroids munching.
Yeah.
And they kind of make that like
they do. They make
like
a
little
munching
sound.
That's right. And like the motion with their like little teeth tendril things.
Right.
Let's not think too much about the
No,
biology of Metroids.
it's much better
way
not
upsetting.
to worry about how
Right.
Metroids work.
So yeah, I guess Metroids munching. That is my my Metroids pitch.
Okay. Did you have a second one?
Oh yeah, the Samus Arans.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay. I love that they're both Metroid related.
Yes.
So I agree with you that swans a swimming. Oh my gosh, maybe I do. Maybe I do.
You do think swans are swimming.
I think actually that may be the truth. Is that is what I say. Sing. So when I think of beauty, when I think of grace underwater, I of course think of the Kongs.
Sure.
And so in my mind, it's 7 Kongs a swimming.
Oh, okay.
And the 7 Kongs, no, it's just they are just swimming. I mean, so much, like underwater. You got so many like levels that are underwater.
Sure.
Where they're swimming around.
I thought you were gonna go for On Guard, the swordfish that they ride on.
Oh,
no. Right.
No.
And
So
really, more than swimming, what the Kongs do is swinging.
well, they do.
On vines.
I mean, sure, yeah.
No, keep
No, I mean,
pitching it.
no.
I like
I'm
it.
open to feedback. They could be swinging.
7 Kongs a swinging.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
That's pretty good. My question, one way or the other,
Yeah.
is do we need to delineate which 7 Kongs we're talking about? Because for sure, DK, Diddy, Dixie, Kitty, Funky, and Cranky. So that's 6. They all swim or swing.
Sure.
At some point or another, either in like the original Donkey Kong Country trilogy or in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Wait, you got to 6? So there's the 4 playable characters.
There's DK, Diddy, Dixie, Kitty, and then Funky and Cranky because they're in Tropical Freeze.
Okay, yeah, got it.
In the Switch version.
Right. So we need one more Kong.
And then I was like, On Guard as like an honorary Kong or Wrinkly because she exercises, so she's down for those low impact
but presumably
exercises.
She exercises herself to death or something, right?
Well, yeah, maybe she drowned. We don't know.
Yeah, a swimming. Or fell out of the tree and broke her neck a swinging. We don't know.
Right. They could be swinging.
Oh, you know what? She got ran over by a Rambi.
Oh, she did get ran over by Rambi. I do. That is right.
No, but I mean, we
lanky for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for swinging. We know that Swanky is swinging in one way or the other.
Sure. It's another thing we shouldn't think too much about. I like either variation of 7 Kongs a swimming or 7 Kongs a swinging. I also like Metroid's munching.
Metroid munching is good. Like I said, that was one I'm pitching later.
Right.
So, but I'm willing to give it up here. I think we can do either way, and I think our tiebreaker from the first episode was which one would you rather get as an actual gift?
Right. And I think the answer is obviously Kongs.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be thrilled to have 7 Kongs show up in my house,
No,
but
especially if they're swinging around on vines.
or even swimming. I have to use my bathtub at some point.
Yeah, you think they're in your bathtub?
I do. I do think that.
Would you mind going with Kongs a swinging?
No, I think that is perfect.
Okay, great. And a good compromise of we did a lot of like mixing up of our ideas in that one. So it's going to be 7 Kongs swinging
Or swinging, depending on how you're feeling.
Yes, very good. All right, Mark, would you would you like to attempt this memory game?
Oh, right.
Ready?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Nintendo. Not my true love.
You're right.
Okay.
On the 7th day of Christmas, Nintendo gave to me 7 Kongs a swinging, 6 bird a spitting, 5 golden coins plus 1, 4 sound clock alarmos, 3 types of Pikmin, 2 1-ups, and a DK arcade machine.
Great. All right. So moving on to the 8th day, Mark. There is an end to our suffering in sight. Not a bird to be seen.
That's right.
Among the 8 maids of milking.
Yeah. So I assume it's 2 gifts in one. Because yes, you're getting 8 maids of milking, but
Sure.
you're also getting whatever they're milking: cows,
Sure.
goats,
Right. Well,
camels.
So I always wonder when it gets here to the like humans. You're not being gifted humans. They're like hired out for the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Or like they're showing up to entertain you. You know, there's a
Right.
big like performance or whatever.
Or to milk you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
So 8 maids of milking. How do you read this one?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, what are the like touchstones about maids of milking that you like grab onto to like draw a parallel
Maybe
to
just
a
that
Nintendo
it's
thing?
like physical labor that you don't want to do. That it's nice to
Mhm.
just have the day off. You know, like if somebody
Sure.
was like, "Oh, you've had a difficult time. I'm gonna clean the apartment for you. I'm
Right.
gonna, you know, like
Yeah, that's right. Your brother lost his job, so you go over there, you do his milking for him.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
that makes
exactly.
sense.
Yeah, that's how I think of it.
Okay, so it's like an acts of service,
Yeah.
sort of thing. I took from it. There's like a feminine quality
Okay.
to the maids. And then the milking, that it's like something nourishing or like, yeah, I guess nourishing was really it. And I'd like to hear your pitch first because I feel I don't like mine.
Okay. Well, can I tell you, this is not my pitch,
Yeah,
but can I tell you what I initially put?
sure.
Because I was really fixated on the milk part, but I couldn't figure out.
Mhm.
So this is what I have: Lon Milksies.
Lon Milksies.
Yeah, so
okay,
like
great. So
you-
Lon Ranch
Uh-huh.
and the Lon milk that you get in the Legend of Zelda series.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know, like pretend you were my cat, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"Come here, Patrick. Do you want some Lon Milksies?" So, you know, so that was
Actually,
kind of
hold
the
on.
thinking.
The
Oh yeah, that's right. One of these stoppers that you can insert into the piano. Yes, there we go. Patrick wants some Lon Milksies? Yeah, see, that's what I'm imagining.
We'll stop that.
But that's not my pitch.
Okay,
I'm
great.
resurrecting a pitch from last week that got discarded,
Yes.
but I really want to work in. So I'm going to try here. And what is the ultimate labor that you don't want to do? It's saving Hyrule. And that's why I'm pitching 8 Links a Gruntin'.
Links a grunting. That's good. I also just had Legends of Zelda here.
Oh, okay.
Again, like there's some like feminine quality to the Legend of Zelda, partially because Zelda is in the name, also because like Link is a fairly effeminate hero, by like the standards of all of that. And then like the sort of nourishing part of it, we talked about this a little bit last week, that like I always see Zelda as like the prestige title in Nintendo's lineup, that there's just like it's the vitamins of the video game diet. Like, we get our sugar cereal in Mario.
Mhm.
We get our Rice Krispie squares in Mario Kart.
Yeah, no, keep this going.
We get our milkshakes.
Yeah, what's the
in
Sour
Super
Patch
Smash
Kids?
Brothers. We get our Sour Patch Kids in Yoshi. Obviously, those are clear delineations. But if you want to play like a serious game that's gonna like engage you in serious game playing ways that like moves the medium forward, it's The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
In that way, it is nourishing. So I like both of these, and I like that for whatever reason, Maids Milking made us both think only about Zelda. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that is great. That is great. Yeah, I wonder maybe, and I don't have a solid pitch for this.
Yeah.
So we can abandon this at any moment.
I like it.
But I
though.
wonder if instead of Link's a grunting, is there like a Zelda something that we can
Oh, sure.
that we can work in here? Like
Like 8 Zeldas echoing.
Yes, yeah, like something like that.
She would be making, which would be a fine way to like, you wouldn't have to do whatever chores you have to do. She could just make more
Exactly.
of the clean version of something.
right.
Throw out.
Uh-huh.
You can throw out your dirty bed because she's making a new
Yeah,
one.
she'll just make a new one. So
Right.
yeah, maybe it's
She'll use it to like climb on top of a roof, but
well, I mean, how's she gonna get on the roof to clean that?
that's a great point.
So 8 Zeldas echoing.
Sure.
I think that's pretty good.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, here we go. Oh wait, let's
Yeah.
actually add it to the lyrics here because we are not actually about
Memorizing
this.
Yes.
All right.
On the 8th. Nope.
We're the 8th day. Okay.
On the 8th day of Christmas, Nintendo gave to me 8 Zeldas echoing, 7 Kongs a swinging, 6 Birdo spitting, 5 golden coins plus 1, 4 sound clock alarmos, 3 types of Pikmin, 2 1-ups, and a DK arcade machine.
Great. The piano is holding up perfectly. It's not falling apart as I'm playing it. Are my hands too big? Are they too indelicate for this exercise? Moving on, Mark. 9 ladies dancing.
9 ladies dancing. Yeah, we're really getting into the party now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I do like that these become more experiential as they go on. It's gifts.
Uh-huh.
Birds. And then it's like, and now we have a good time.
Yeah, so millennial of
Yes.
this song.
That's right.
It's like, oh, I'm not about things. I'm about experiences.
That's right. Well, we don't have the place to store the things.
No, but 12 drummers drumming, I can experience that
we can
for a
experience
day.
that for sure. But before we do 9 ladies dancing, I would like to pitch this because, Mark, this is an experience that you and I had earlier this year. 9 Elite Beat agents.
It's perfect.
They arrive to pump you up via dance.
And, yeah, exactly. The thing that I really like about it is it doesn't include the like a dancing part, but
right.
it's implied because that's what Elite Beat agents do.
Right. And of course, we know agents are go.
And they're always
Help.
responding to help. Yeah, exactly.
I did have an alternate pitch here of the Elite Beat divas because they're like the lady versions of the or not like the versions of them, but the whatever. They're also in there, and
they're another team.
Fit more in the ladies dancing, but I feel like right down the middle, Elite Beat agents is just like more straightforward.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that is what we're going to go with, but let me just
Elite Beat agents.
I think but let me go ahead and do my pitch. And it's basically I was just thinking of the danciest Nintendo characters that I could think of, and that was Piantas from Super Mario Sunshine. These folk just can't stop moving.
I mean, they kind of like sway all the time.
Yeah. They're just always like doing a little movement.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if someday we're going to do the Piantas justice on this show, because I feel like in the last like month or so, you've brought them up a couple different times, and I don't think that I've properly supported what is your obvious love for Piantas.
It is really like Super Mario Sunshine.
Right.
Yeah, and it's difficult to explain, but I just want to talk about it all the chance I can.
I mean, I get it, and I think we need to honor that in the new year.
Yeah.
I'm
we'll
putting
figure
a
out
pin
a
in
way
it
to
here.
do it.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
figure out a way to do it. But no more pitching topic ideas on the air. We put a moratorium on that for this episode.
That's right.
So,
I apologize. Okay, so 9 Elite Beat agents.
9 Elite Beat agents. That's really good.
Here we go.
On the 9th day of
Christmas, Nintendo gave to me
9 Elite Beat agents, 8 Zeldas echoing, 7 Kongs a swinging, 6 Birdo spitting,
5 golden coins
plus 1.
4 sound clock alarmos, 3 types of Pikmin, 2 1-ups, and a DK arcade machine. Very good. Moving on to the 10th day of Christmas. My God, we are just cruising through this. Normally here we've got Lords a Leaping.
Mm-hmm.
Here I do feel like it's okay to do Lords a Leapin'.
Lords a Leapin'.
Lords a Leapin'. It feels like a an exclamation. Of
Yeah,
like
very folksy.
10 Lords a Leapin'.
I do declare.
I have 4 suggestions for
this.
this.
I love it. I love it.
The Lords of Leaping, what do we know about them? We know that they're athletic in some way, and they're also gentlemen.
Yes.
Okay? So, should I just run through my 4 suggestions?
I would love that.
First suggestion, Drago's flexing.
So good.
So Drago, of course, the antagonist from Ring Fit Adventure. He's a buff dragon.
Wearing a singlet.
Yep. And then this one's maybe 2 like 1-to-1 bros a leaping, as in like Mario and Luigi.
Oh,
Leap jumping is something they do all
Yeah, I mean,
all the
I'll
time.
just put mine was Luigi's leaping.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's one that I am just pleased with how it fits in the rhythm of this. It's Wii Fit trainers. 10 Wii Fit trainers.
Buff.
Mm-hmm.
Gentleman-y.
Sure, or gentle lady. There's both. And I don't know how exactly we fit this into the meter, but I am of course just honor bound to bring this up. Rusty's children, because canonically, Rusty Slugger from Rusty's Real Deal Baseball has 10 children, and you choose one to be like your sort of like ambassador to Rusty.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna propose.
Mm-hmm.
We just do 10 Rusty's children.
Oh yeah, I guess that works.
You can even do 10 of Rusty's children.
Let's just do 10 Rusty's children.
Okay.
Yeah, that totally works. And I guess we don't have any evidence that they're athletically oriented, but like baseball runs in their family.
Right.
Their father was a former professional ball player. Is that what we're going with? We're going with Rusty's children?
Yeah, I just don't even like it's Christmas. Let's indulge ourselves. Let's talk about Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. I feel like we did a pretty darn good job this year.
Yeah, of not talking about Rusty's Real Deal Baseball.
But so now's our chance.
That's right. Next year, all the episodes are about Rusty's Real Deal Baseball.
No, we're not pitching.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're not pitching episodes.
I'm sorry.
On this episode anymore. So yeah, 10 Rusty's children. Are you sure you don't want to do 10 of Rusty's children?
10 of Rusty's children, sure. That's fine. They're dogs, right? So like 10 of Rusty's puppies. No, children is better.
Yeah, because what do they call them? Kids in the game?
I think
right?
they call them kids in the game. Yeah,
because they have some like anthropomorphic thing going on.
Right. Also, just like I don't know, calling something puppies that's not like just a literal puppy.
Right.
There's something gross about it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Also, I'm taking it back. I don't want the oven there anymore. I think it's just 10 Rusty's children.
Sure. Let's not complicate it.
Yeah.
Keep it clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark, here we go. On the 10th day of Christmas, Nintendo gave to me 10 Rusty's children, 9 Elite Beat agents, 8 Zeldas echoing, 7 Kongs a swinging, 6 Birdos spitting, 5 golden coins
plus 1.
4 sound clock alarmos, 3 types of Pikmin, 2 1-ups, and a DK arcade machine. Very good.
I think every time that we've done it,
yeah,
I have not said 8 Zelda's echoing. I've either said like Echo Zelda's echoing or Zelda's.
It's a little bit of a tongue twister.
Echoing. Yeah.
The easy E
I'm gonna get it
is
this
messing
next
us up. All right, so we are now on to the 11th day of Christmas. Traditionally, this gift is Piper's Piping. What a Piper's Piping, what does that summon for you? Just like a musician?
Yeah, exactly.
So that does that for me too, but Piper specifically makes me think, of course, of the Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Mm-hmm.
So someone walking around, making the rats follow him, right? Playing his...
Yeah.
Or is there like a nefarious
But
angle
then you
where
have to
he's
like pay the piper.
you have to pay the piper?
Are children involved somehow?
I think-
that feels likely to me.
I think maybe he started with rats and was like, rats aren't enough. I need to command children.
Yeah, Pied Piper,
with
the
my
story
pi-
of greed, I think. No, I honestly can't remember what the Pied Piper's deal is. Should I look it up? Is that something I should be doing?
Yeah, look it up while
Okay.
So the crux of it is that he is controlling something with his pipering. Right?
Yeah,
like he's playing
uh-huh.
music, and that is transfixing either rats or people or who knows what. And leading them out of town or off a cliff or who knows what. Mark, what do you got?
Oh, okay. All right. We had all the pieces.
Mhm.
Okay, so here we go. Well, I won't read the whole thing, but in short, a town was suffering from a rat infestation.
Yes.
So this piper comes, claiming to be a rat catcher, and the mayor is like, "Yeah, if you can clear the town of rats, I will pay you a big sum of money."
Right.
And so he plays his pipe, and the rats like form a line behind him, and he leads them out of town. But then the mayor's like, "Just kidding, I'm not going to pay you." And so, in
takes his
revenge
on the children.
yes, he like gathers the children using his pipe and leads them out of town. They go into a cave or something.
Okay,
It
well,
doesn't
whatever
matter.
happens there is, what
That's between the Pied Piper and God.
That's right. I assume he faces justice at some
Yeah.
point. So I was thinking, like, what Nintendo characters are like that? Mark, here's my second Pikmin reference. This is Hokotatian's whistling. So Olimar and Louis, they are from Hokotate. I don't know. So they are Hokotatians. And they whistle. They use the whistle to gather up the Pikmin and then command them. So Hokotatian's whistling. It's a mouthful. I'm not going to say it's not a mouthful, but it's a pretty clear one-to-one for the Pied Piper, which I understand these pipers are not necessarily the Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Right. And of course, like in Pikmin Bloom, the player is whistling
That's true.
to bring their Pikmin into formation.
I mean, it could also just be Olimar's whistling.
Mm-hmm.
You could have 11 Olimars whistling.
Yeah.
Or Louis, if that's easier to say.
Yeah. I think that's good.
What did you have for the Piper's Piping?
Before I pitch mine,
Yeah.
Kit, what you were saying about like, is there something to like maybe there's something with Ganondorf there, because I feel like he's able to,
Okay.
like summon followers.
Or like the tiki villains from Donkey Kong Country Returns, right? That they like do that. They like start playing the drums and like the animals of the
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be like Tiki's swaying.
Uh-huh. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Mine is Waker's Winding.
Okay.
Like the Wind Waker.
Yeah. That's good. I kind of thought that you were gonna do.
You seem a little hesitant.
No, I am a little hesitant because Waker's Winding.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Does it concern you that it sounds like the Wakers are farting?
It does. It concerns me a little bit that it sounds
Yeah.
like they're farting.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Just especially when
I feel like that says more about you than it does about my idea, though.
it says things about both. The Link famously plays an ocarina, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, so is there like a Link tooting? That definitely sounds like farting. Winds Awaking.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
Waker's Winding.
Waker's Winding. Why not Winds Waking?
Because I didn't think of that.
Why okay, wind is not a verb. I guess is my only complaint.
Yeah, that's interesting. That you feel constrained by the rules of the English language.
Yeah, I do a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not like a hard and fast rule. But I do feel like there needs to be some rules that we play
So
that
we're
we play by here.
So I think my favorite of the ones that we've pitched
Yeah.
is the first one that you said, including the like alien planet name,
Hokotatians
Hokotatians
whistling.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite
Okay, I think that's probably
because it also fits with like you could have 11 Hokotatians doing it.
Yes, you certainly could. Whereas like, could you have 11 wakes? What is that?
Winding? Yeah, I don't know that you could. Or Lynx, a Teuton.
Which definitely sounds like him farting.
Yeah.
What is the verb for to play the ocarina?
I mean, probably playing,
Blow?
right?
You blow the you wailing on the ocarina?
You wail on the ocarina. Yeah, it's like the saxophone of its time.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, Mark. Hokotatians whistling.
Yep. I'm ready.
Okay.
On the 11th day of Christmas, Nintendo gave to me 11 Hokotatians whistling, 10 Rusty's children, 9 Elite Beat agents, 8 Zelda's echoing, 7 Kongs a swinging, 6 Birdos spitting, 5 golden coins plus 1. 4 sound clock alarmos, 3 types of Pikmins, 2 1-ups, and a DK arcade machine.
Great. Every time I play that D chord, one of these other notes sounds with it. I love it. Mark, our final day of Christmas, the 12th day of Christmas. You already teased it earlier. The 12 drummers drumming. Very much in the same pattern, linguistic pattern of pipers piping. This is just drummers drumming. This is someone named for the thing they do, doing the thing they do.
Yep.
My notes here when I was trying to what is my inspiration for this? I said loud, annoying. You don't want them around, but also maybe full of energy and stuff too.
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
That's all part of it. But in college we had a group of it was like a percussionist party group called Sambistas, and they would just show up to parties that were happening on campus, and it was 12 guys with drums strapped to them, and it was a blast if you were in party mode. If you're trying to write a paper or something and some beastas are outside your window.
That's such a funny idea. Just 12 dudes with drums strapped to them.
Yeah.
Showing up to a party.
Just wailing away. You go first here, Mark.
Yeah, this is where I originally had Metroid's Munching, but here's I don't know exactly about this one. I have GameCube. What I really wanted was something with Donkey Konga. So DK bongos.
Right, 12 DK bongos is pretty good.
GameCube bongos.
Right.
You could have 12 Donkey Kongas, but there were only 3, 2 that, you know what I mean?
Right,
it was
right.
But that's
and
really
only 2 outside of Japan.
That's really what I wanted to get to, was the bongos somehow.
What's interesting about if we were to have the 12th day be 12 DK bongos, then we get back to the DK arcade machine. We begin and end. The alpha and the omega is Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Which only adds further credence to us placing him at that foundational role.
It's true.
Of Jesus Christ, the partridge in the pear tree.
And we didn't know.
Right. Or I didn't know.
Yeah, right. And I thought I was going to do Metroid's Munching.
Yeah, great point.
But here we are, and it's just worked itself out. And we may not end up going with it, but that's where I wanted to get with this, was the bongos. So GameCube bongos, DK bongos.
Yeah,
something to that effect.
I like that better than the Metroid Munching, even though I do like the Metroid Munching. There's just something keeping it in the world of drums and
yeah, I was just really hoping to hit on the alliteration somehow, but I couldn't get there with the bongos.
So I have 2 pitches here. One which I don't think is great, but I was just this is loud, annoying. Wario's stinking.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Because he is a bolt of energy, in a way that's exciting, and you're hey, Wario's here.
Uh-huh.
I hope he's not here for too much longer.
Yeah, and if you're in party mode, Wario showing up could be great news.
That would be a blast. But my second pitch here is Wii Music drummers, specifically the dude from that E3 presentation.
Oh yeah, Ravi, wasn't that his name?
Yeah, I think so. And I guess you could argue, like, why are we still kicking this guy?
Well, I don't feel like we're kicking him.
Okay.
I mean, he did a great job.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, I mean,
he did what was asked of him.
He did what was asked of him. He was enthusiastic about it.
Right. It just looked silly.
Yeah, but it was Wii Music.
Right. Yeah. How do you present Wii Music in a way that doesn't make it look silly?
Yeah. You don't.
We did an
As they
episode
found
on
out
it years ago. We looked silly doing it. Okay, so that's what we have for our nominees here. Wario stinking, Wii Music drummers, and like DK bongos.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now? I kind of want to toss Wario out.
Okay.
I think that like we should maintain the drummeriness of this entry.
I'm feeling kind of like we did with Rusty's Children. I'm feeling like we should indulge ourselves during the holiday, and I lean towards DK bongos.
Let's do it.
Since we do Donkey Konga, we talk about Donkey Konga quite a bit.
Let's do that, and also there's the aforementioned symmetry between the DK bongos and the DK arcade machine.
Before we like sing through the whole thing,
yes,
were there any other pitches that you had that, not for 12 specifically, but for any of them, that you were just like, oh, it'd be fun to work this in? I can give you my example.
Yeah,
so
please, because I do not.
Okay, yeah, I was
I pitched 2 for like every single one of these. So.
Yeah, I feel like the cadence of Link's crossbow training.
Oh,
I was hoping to be able to work in somewhere, but it's just like a little too long and doesn't make sense for any of the entries.
But perfect to share in a moment like this. All right, Mark. Let's for the final time.
Oh no! Before you do,
oh yeah,
I feel like there's another stopper in here that I want to.
Is that the one?
I don't know. Let's see. No, that is not the one.
Okay.
Let me see if I can.
Yep.
Maybe it's number 2. So as part of the Labo piano kit, you also created these little like stoppers. When you drop them in, you heard the cat one earlier. They transform the sound that the piano makes. This one actually might still be the cat one.
No.
Oh
okay.
no!
So
Yes,
it's the choral one. So
to close us out, we're going to be accompanied by the choral version of the choral stopper for the Labo piano. Will that just be confusing with us singing over it?
Possibly, because we sound just as beautiful as as them. No, I think it'll sound good.
Okay.
And if it doesn't, we'll cut it and do it piano. Here we go, Mark.
On the 12th day of Christmas, Nintendo gave to me 12 DK bongos, 11
Hokotatians.
Hokotatians. Okay.
This one stays in.
This one stays in. Yeah. Okay. Fair. On the 12th day of Christmas, Nintendo gave to me 12 DK bongos, 11 Hokotatians whistling, 10 Rusty's Children, 9 Elite Beat agents, 8 Zelda's echoing, 7 Kongs a swinging, 6 Birdos spinning, 5 golden coins plus 1. 4 sound clock alarmos, 3 types of Pikmin, 2 1-ups, and a DK arcade machine.
Wow. Mark, Merry Christmas.
A Merry Christmas to all of us.
Let's close this out. All right, that is not our last episode of the year. We do have a New Year's Eve episode where we will look back on the year that was. One more time, Mark, I just want to preview that for a second. Feels like a bad year.
We've been saying it from like from day one. Yeah, 2024 was a weird year for Nintendo.
A weird year for Nintendo, but a great year for the show. I feel like we did some of our finest work this year. This is not the wrap-up show, but I'm not reviewing the year now, but maybe this is just a preview of what we'll talk about next week. It's Christmas Eve. Let's stop screwing around. I hope everyone is having a fine, fun time with family or friends or however you are able to celebrate the season. Thank you so much for spending some of that with us as we make up new lyrics to a Christmas Carol / French drinking song. That's going to do it for this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. Thank you so much to our 60-bit patrons, Connor McKay, Patrice Millette, Kyle Seaborn. We appreciate all of you. Also, Mark, you aren't able to join, but I am on the Video Games a Comedy show year-end episodes, Game of the Year episodes, so check those out. That come out on the first one came out yesterday on Monday. The next one will come out on the 30th, so check those out. They are always too long and very fun, but so listen to those if you were not planning to already. Anthony DeLuca made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of his music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Ellers saying thank you for listening.